we're going to talk about how to convert a percent to a decimal. The story that I tell my kids to help them remember is that there's a little bit of a love story going on here. What happens is that, let's say we have 92%. Now, there's an invisible zero at the end of every number if there's not one already. So we're just going to put a little decimal point in there. We are converting this from a percent to a decimal. So what's going to happen is this percent sign is going to fade away. The percent sign is going away. When the percent sign disappears, the decimal goes crazy trying to look for it. So this decimal is going to run over 2 times, and now he's over here. Never found the percent sign, but he's where he mathematically needs to be, so he'll be happy anyways. Now, just like when you're converting decimals to percents, that decimal sign can only run 2 spaces. No more and no less. So what's going to happen is for 4%, the decimal appears. There's a percent sign, he's happy, decimal's happy, but then the percent sign disappears because you're taking the percent away. Decimal goes crazy, runs around looking for him, looks for him, can't quite find him. And then with that empty space, you put in an invisible zero. So now we have 0.04 instead of 4%. The decimal always runs 2 spaces. Let's take a look at a bigger number. Let's take a look at 32,414.09%. Huge number with a comma. Percent sign disappears. Decimal sign runs looking for him. Ends up here. So now we have 324.1409. Now, the one last thing I will show you is what happens if you have, let's say you're giving it your all, you're giving it 110%. Okay? But you want to convert that to a decimal. So what you're going to do, the decimal sign appears and this gets erased. When we move this decimal over twice, what happens is we have a number that you don't normally see. This 0 right here is not necessary. It doesn't hurt anything to be there, but it's not needed. So what we're going to do is we're going to erase that invisible 0, and now we know that 110% is the same thing as 1.1 as a decimal.